I never go on live. We're in Miami at my mixtapes, and I'm just in the building. They got this hoverboard, and I'm on there. And yeah, I just like flew into some shit. I was flying though too, cause I had just found out like how to make that shit go fast. And I'm flying. Last thing I know, Young Chop was on there. Last thing I remember is just he was super dead all the way across the screen. That's all. Like as soon as I got the phone back, then I just picked the phone up and I just ended it. Oh, they like merchandise and stuff, like just like knocked down a lot of stuff. It was bad. Well, I was born there, and then after like a few years, I'm probably like a toddler or something. We get out of there, but we still move. We're still in Inglewood area, all the way up to like a teenage year. Then my mom moved out to the suburb, but by that time I had already graduated high school and stuff. So, school called Luther South on 87th and Kids. See, I went to Leo too, but I left Leo early. Well, my youth was a little different too because of the gap or whatnot. But so like when I'm coming up, what we did was paid attention to like the gangs and stuff, but it was different. It was like my mom was Miss Taylor, and so that's Miss Taylor's son, and then nobody messed with Miss Taylor. Hey, Miss Taylor, how you doing? And it was really different. So it's almost like people were trying to be nice to Miss Taylor and stuff like that. So it's like nobody bothered me or did anything, and it didn't seem bad to me outside like that. Even though it'd be a drive-by 4 nights in a row at the same time every night. We didn't know why. It's the way I was learning about it. Just little weird stuff happening, but it wasn't like crazy in my neighborhood, you know. I hate school, so I never wanted to take the SAT or the ACT, so I found out a way to get out of that. If I didn't want to take that, I had to take up a trade, and that got me out of testing. Out of college, I didn't want to go to no college and none of that, so I just took up that trade, and with that trade, I set up a business, so it really was always my own schedule, and then for all that time, 10 years, you got nothing to do, no schedule, nowhere to be every day of your life. So I was really bored every day. And then the music just came. Because I used to like to drive my fast car and stuff. Every time I get in the car, I got to download new mixtapes, and I just couldn't drive without hearing new music. And I wasn't thinking about rapping then. Yeah, I wanted to make beats like what I heard on all those mixtapes and radio stations. Man. I guess with everything I would do in life, kind of like go against the grain or study everything. And so I guess the same thing in music is like I see all these people doing music, and I want to do music, but if I do put it out, it better be better than everything that I'm hearing, you know. So I don't know how. I don't know how to determine what's good or not, but I did work hard on it, still do. Either the end of 2015 or the end of 2016. It was one of those Decembers when I put out the 12/12. People wanted me to put out some music so bad. See, even at that time of putting out music, I knew I had to develop some sort of like never get your hopes up type of attitude. And so I started like putting out this music and not really caring about the reaction, feedback. And then once you start seeing feedback, you're like, oh, it works. People like it, so it kind of feeds you to put out more and more. It was mostly Chicago people at the time gravitating toward me. Like that's what was real shocking. Probably the only scariest part of putting out music is probably me thinking this music was so different and how they're gonna take it. But a lot of times when people use the flow and stuff, they don't understand how to use it. They just know the syllables, so when they're saying stuff, everything I said may have been a word or painted a picture, and then everything they said, they've like wasted like 5 or 6 sentences saying stuff twice, fee, fee, clap, clap, wet, wet, slap, slap, do, do, dip, dip. So it doesn't make sense. You could tell where it came from. Then you listen to mine, I didn't say nothing twice. So when I listen to it, I never get the time to get mad because I'm so happy that they didn't do it right. Anybody who uses the flow, Tyler the Creator, 6ix9ine, Nicki Minaj, no matter how big they are. It just makes me happy because you're so big and but you can't do something right. That's people's titles of the music, calling my music chill and elegant and shit. But the place I lived in, I couldn't record too loud. I couldn't make, I had these big ass speakers, but I couldn't make beats too loud. Paying all this money every month for rent, I still had to teach myself how to like do the shit quietly. That's why I don't need big speakers to this day to make music and stuff, or I could record quietly. But then at the end of the day, when you listen to it, it's still a quiet voice. That's weird. I'm still learning that too. Shell is probably one of the loudest songs. And then I got whatever and sat on it for like 7 or 8 months before I played it for Chase the Money. And as soon as I played it for Chase, he fell in love with it. And like the next day he hit me. "You slow. How'd you rap like that? How'd you do that? That's nice." When we did go sit down with Good Music, they had, I'm not sure how, but they had already knew about me from a year and some change ago. It just showed me that I guess my work had been speaking for itself or reaching out, but it was all good vibes. Like Noah and Shay, they knew about me already, so they had a lot of good stuff to say. Push can really rap, like he'll rap laps around somebody, I'm sure. I'm like real laid back and stuff, and then Sheck West is he's real energetic and turned, you feel me? So with our last show we did here in New York, I'm like all laid back, then he do his show. It was right, both our shows were nice, but I found myself watching the shit out of his show. I'm sitting on so much music, so it's like, I know we're gonna do some stuff and have stuff made, but like, I am eager to know like what it's gonna sound like and stuff, and how we're gonna twist and mend some stuff, but I'm all ears and I'm open for that too. New music, definitely, and a few new videos. We got the Daytona tour coming up, that starts August 2nd, and a couple of shows outside of that. But most importantly, I do want to put out some like new music that people haven't heard of. Even if it's 5 or 6 songs, just all new.